Daniela Retorto from SBS News. Happy International Women's Day to you, Minister. When you look at participation rates, I wonder if you ever ask women if the reason for the dropout is they're just exhausted. I mean, the double shift, women working at home still exists.
Oh, can I say, absolutely sensational. And the answer is often yes. And can I say, that is why when we talk about increasing women's workforce participation, that's just one part of the conversation. If we are not sort of turning these cultural norms on their heads, merely increasing women's workforce participation is just going to be that. This is a cultural barrier that government cannot do it alone, that each and every one of us has that responsibility to change. So, for example, we often say, and I said it in my speech today, if we don't encourage more women to go into those roles that are traditionally male-dominated and pay more, they will be disadvantaged. But it's also the absolute converse to that. If we don't say to the blokes, you guys need to be encouraged to go into roles that are traditionally female-dominated and pay less, you're not changing culture. Melinda and Bill Gates, in their 2016 letter, Melinda tackles the issue of unpaid care at home head on. If you haven't read it, it is just a sensational contribution by her to the debate on gender equality. Because very much, she acknowledges the role of women. She acknowledges that, in particular in countries that are not so fortunate as us, when you have that disproportionate unpaid role, the whole community loses out. And she says in her letter, they have a rule in the Gates household. To prove a point, no one leaves the kitchen before mum does. That's it. No one leaves the kitchen before mum does. Sends a very clear signal, doesn't it, to her dear husband, but in particular the kids. Mum's just not there to cook and clean for you. You might also want to assist. Who do you actually think takes the smelly sock from your gym bag? Just doesn't happen. So for me, I think what you said was absolutely, spot on, but it's very much about cultural change starting at home and the genuine sharing of the unpaid work that would normally fall to women.
Okay.